Hello? Hello. Hey everybody, happy Monday, the start of another week. We just keep racking and stacking them. Oh, beat the hokey. There's things and stuff and yokes. How are y'all keeping? Hope you had a fantastic weekend. The good start to the week. And we were met this morning by Storm Debbie. Down Debbie, huh? Seemingly she was in Dallas. Right, anyway, very windy. They gave it a red alert, you know. Don't make unnecessary sandwiches. You know, don't go out by exposed coasts and all this sort of jazz. Mad, right? It was kind of windy. Some people kind of got it and some people didn't. There was no flying thermopolines around the house, right? Which is an important thing to be considering. Fairly dangerous things, those flying thermopolines, do you know? Anyway, friends, I won't say I'm kind of scraping the barrel here, but like, right, Just Flight, it's Murph, lads, how he is. Listen, we're trying to keep to a schedule. We started this thing in October, back when we were like in the past of an hour. Wait, we were an hour ahead, were we? I can't remember. But anyway, we're still waiting for the Vulcan. But it gives us kind of a nice opportunity to explore some of the other combat aircraft that are currently available in Microsoft Flight Simulator. And this one tonight, friends, it is that of the Lockheed F-117. Huh? Oh yes. The Nighthawk. And this is a fascinating airplane in the real world, right? Absolutely fantastic. And well, we're going to learn a little bit about it, about the aircraft itself, but also its history, right? When it was designed, where it operated from, what it was like during the entire development of it, right? This thing was classified and top secret to the same degree, right, as the Manhattan Project. I mean, what? Right? You wouldn't think it, but I'm telling you, I've been away getting information over the last couple of days. So, right? Consider myself.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
I just started a hype train. Jesus, that works. Thank you very much. Welcome in. I hope you're all keeping very well. If you're joining us here on YouTube in stunning 4K resolution, well, you're very welcome aboard. And if you're here on Twitch, it is I in normal. I look fantastic. To be honest, now I do, right? Although I did cut me hair. I was saying this to Gibbo. I cut me hair the other day. Jesus, lads, I kind of went a bit kind of hard at it. I went hard. Do you know? They started a hype train. Thank you very much indeed. Very kind of you. But yeah, I went a bit kind of bananas. And Gibbo was like, Murph, your head would be fine if you just left it alone. So stop being at yourself, he says. But anyway, we have a flight plan. So wait till you hear this one, right? FireFly Jet Series bonus flight number 2. I have a feeling there's going to be a few more of these. The legendary Lockheed F-117, the Nighthawk. That's right, friends. We're going to fly here from Provo Municipal Airport, but past a place called Battle Mountain, and then it's over to Lake Tahoe. But anyway, the Lockheed F-117 Nighthawk, a retired American single-seat subsonic twin-engined stealth attack aircraft developed by Lockheed's secretive Skunk Works division and operated by the United States Air Force. It was the first operational aircraft to be designated with a stealth as a stealth fighter with stealth technology. It was designated just as that, right? The Wobbling Goblin, indeed, old veteran. Level 2 hype train, lads. These are bananas. I'll get to all these now in a second once my chat doesn't disappear. Do you remember I did that the last time? Anyway, even the years following its entry into service, the F-117 was a black project, its existence being denied by even the US Air Force officials. That wasn't what you thought it was. That was a weather balloon. Huh? It didn't look like a weather... It was a weather balloon. All right. It was a flying pigeon. Anyway, despite the type's official retirement, a portion of the fleet has been kept in an airworthy condition. And F-117s have been observed flying since 2009. Get this. These things were spotted flying this year, 2023, lads. I mean, what's going on? Yeah, we're going to retire them. It's kind of typical, isn't it? Let's create them under, you know, secrecy and top secret and bejesus, and then we'll retire them under the same sort of lads who developed it in the first place. Yes, we're retiring it, he said in a proud and happy voice, right? But anyway, tonight we're going to depart Provo Municipal Airport, which is Kilo Papa Victor uniform. I can do phonetics. And we're going to make our way up to a place called Battle Mountain Air Park, K-BAM, Kilo Bravo Alpha Mike. This facility once used as part of the United States Army Air Force, but ceased military operations after the Second World War. Or did it? Right? Then, friends, we're going to head across to Lake Tahoe. It is the first US hub for FireFly Air and also a filming location in the movie fanatic brilliance that was Top Gun Maverick. Absolutely gorgeous. Where is it now? We're going to do a full stop landing there, right? So, I have a plan. It's in our flight plan page over on Discord if you want to check it out. ! Discord will get you in. So effectively, it's very, very high-skilled navigational genius is required on this one, lads. We're going to start over here, like this, and we're going to fly to this bit before heading down to this little bit over here. Yeah, very simple. Or at least you would think. Right, so it's kind of interesting, this entire neck of the woods, right? Because in this part of America, a little bit south of here, well, you have the US Air Force testing grounds. And this is where they do like their heavy weapons training and advanced weapons training, which is kind of like the Army's answer to Top Gun. Very, very interesting indeed, right? And as I said, the development of these aircraft were kept in absolute secrecy, which is interesting. We'll be chatting a bit about them as well. But we're also going to have a look at the airframe. Why all the shapes? I mean, do you know what I mean? Why is it all kind of like this? So we're going to figure all this out here now in a moment. But before we do, it's time to welcome you into the chat, lads. And I'm going to scroll up. I have to be quick here now in case I lose it, right? So who's here? Tarnish Mossman, good to see you. Lee Dixon is in the house. MDA 009 is here. Hang on, Buttons Murph. Good to see you, MDA. Vacuum is here. Good to see you. Tarnish Mossman is in the house. Viper Strike. Ladies and the gentlemen, can we get a massive round of applause for Viper Strike? Wait till you hear this. After 10 months, 65 legs, I completed my recreation of the 2017 Breitling DC-3 flight around the world. From Milan, Geneva to Sion. What a huge achievement, Viper Strike. Congratulations, my dude. Excellent work. And come on, Fireflies. Let's put in the old epic emotes and pints of Guinness and whatever else you have. Viper, that's fantastic stuff. Well done to you. So, let me see. Lee Dixon, good to see you. Rambog Mord is here. Welcome aboard. Good to see you. Iron Knob Airways, welcome in. Hemming Bird is here. Hello. Good to see you. Happy Monday. We have a wild Super Typhon. He's in the chat. Good to see you, man. Let me see. Gibbo Ireland is here, the devil. Where's the button? Yeah, baby. Gibbo, it's good to see you. You're looking well, right? Not as well as I am, mind you, but you're looking well all the same, right? Well, jeez. Gary JF, welcome in. Tarnish Mossman says, he's just talking to someone else. That's okay. You chat amongst yourselves there. I'm very busy reading everything. Shuffle Shoes, shuffles in. AJH, man. Hope all is well. Captain Meowingtons. Sup, he says. Good to see you. No Undies McGee, he says, Murph, I looked my boss dead in his eye holes and I said, I'm leaving. I've got flyage to do. Then you woke up in a cold sweat with a whole load of people looking over you going, Jesus, you collapsed. Right? It's great to see you. Control Major Tom is here. Welcome aboard. Spitfire REF 100. Welcome in. Toto 2495 is here as a wild soaring AJ rambles in.
So I get off the plane and I forgot to undo my seatbelt and I'm pulling the plane through the terminal.
Soaring AJ, you're very welcome aboard. Mr. Dan is here. It's good to see you. Martel is here. Canoe Head. Just another manic Monday. But being here makes it fun day. Indeed, indeed. Welcome in. Now let me see. Lex Styro is here. Welcome aboard. Jan Drace. He says, another week doth start. As I has spoke it to them, those yonder folks in place. I'd be very good at that. Do you know, drama or something, wouldn't I? Imagine me on a stage. As he spoke it to him, he said, huzzah. No, I mean, huzzah. No, I made a mess. Take two. But yes, Iron Knob Airways is also here over on YouTube. He says, where are we starting, Gibbo? Hope you to Jesus. Tarmo 10K is here. Good to see you. Scorpio 49, welcome in. He says, good evening, Murph and all in chat. Another week of Murphage. That is, if he hasn't been blown away by Debbie. Jesus. Daedalus, good to see you. Welcome in. Dougal McTavish, the chairman, has rumbled into the chat. Good to see you, Dougal. I heard about your solid state Obi drive, right? That could have went anywhere, Dougal. Anyway, I heard about the mishap Be Janie then. I hope, we get it sorted soon. The skies aren't the same without you. Abo92 is here. It's good to see you. Serious Wolf rambles in. Oz Nomad is here. Love these intros. Thank you. Thank you very much. It doesn't take me long at all. About 17 days. No, that's not really accurate at all. About 18 days. Oh, look at the state of it. Oh, look at the time of day here. Look. Ooh. Yeah, make it daytime, Murph. The daytime of the night. Right. But yes, thank you very much indeed. The Academy Award goes to... Hey, Care85 is here. Good to see you. Abo92 rambles in. Abo also subscribed with Twitch Prime, man. Thank you very, very much indeed. It's very kind of him, isn't it? The support here just be absolutely mad, lads. I don't know. I really don't know. Do you know? Are we all on the Southeast Asian server, asks Mr. Dan. Yes, we are. MP Stacks was like, did I just hear a Vulcan? Maybe. Maybe not. It could be like the Irish equivalent to the Vulcan. It looks like a Vulcan. It sounds like a Vulcan. It flies nothing like a Vulcan. We called it the Howler. We called it the Howler. It's a great name. Right, now, Husker Do, it's good to see you. Happy Monday to you, man. Lord Zath is here. Welcome in. P.S. Mirandai. Jesus, I have a button for this here somewhere. Christ, where did I hide this? Wait. Well, actually, hang on. Where did I hide? Oh, it's down here. Is it? Yes. Oh.
Hello there.
I found it. I pressed the button and I found it. Welcome in, P.S. Mirandai. Good to see you. Your ladder is broken. It's actually accurate. It's actually very accurate. It has a bit of a... Right? We'll get into that later on. It's fine. Debbie does Dublin, says Hemmingbird. Did you see that movie? Debbie does. Ailerons into wind, also known as the him, is lurking whilst he's flying the FS3-born FSR 500 look. Welcome in. Good to see you, man. Jefferson 2001, the man, the myth, the legend, has rambled in to say hello to everybody. Right, do you know what I mean? Welcome in, Jepson. You're looking well. That's Jepson's alarm clock. The VF4 pilot says, hey, Two-Tone. Hey, the VF4 pilot, you're very welcome aboard. Now, let me see. Wombat, you devil, has subscribed on Twitch at Tier 1. Wombat, thank you very, very much indeed for all the many months of support. You absolute legend. I do believe you're flying in the 104 this evening. That should be fun. Old Veteran 965.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Jazz rambled into the chat. You're very welcome in. Happy Monday. What was the weather like over your neck of the woods? Stick Figure is here. It's good to see you. Airborne Rookie, welcome in. Aileron says, has it been tested and checked by has it been tested and checked by real world F-117 pilots? Yes, it has. They fly the models. What was that movie with your man and the other fella? And they flew their plane and they crashed in the desert. Right? And they wanted you... I better not give it away now, but your man was an aircraft designer. Do you remember your man, the aircraft designer? What was the name of that movie? It's an old movie. Was it The Flight of the Phoenix or something? I can't remember. Maybe it isn't. That could have been a very different... Jesus, Murph. Moving on. Wonder which hair he cut. Maybe the grey one. What do you mean, what hair did I cut? I had a glorious mane of hair, so I did. Just don't be looking at me head. Stop looking at me head, will you? Muttley, it's good to see you.
It's been 84 years.
Would you ever hurry up? Did you just see that? Jesus. God, right, we're getting there, Gibbo. Jeez, you're giving out to me. Now, where are we at? We're over here. The Wobbling Goblin. That's the one. Let me see now. 16 Fahy has subscribed to Twitch Prime. Thank you very, very much indeed, man. Chaz, it's been 84 years. Brilliant.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Be the hokey. There's all sorts of stuff happening to me. It's very bright in here, is it? Or is it just me? I brighten up the... No, I don't. Black Ice Gabe. We have a Black Ice Gabe in the chat. He says, good evening, tiny people in my computer. I hope all is well with you all. Do you remember the game Lemmings? Right, Lemmings, Black Eyes Gabe. Now, let me see. We're over here now. Quasar Core. This plane is not on my radar. I see what you did there. He's a genius. It's now been 111 years. Oh, we're getting there. Voicey is here. He says, the Nighthawk is the plane they use in the movie Executive Decision, where Steven Seagal got yeeted. Did he? Did they cut off his ponytail and everything? Steven Seagal, though, like, Jesus, right? He's the eyebrows of a Clint Eastwood and the reactions of, I don't know, but like it's all, he walks up to you doing this stuff. You know what I mean? He should have got some sort of a job as some sort of a me hand! He should have got a job as some sort of a facial massagist. Do you ever see him? That's all he... Right? He's just doing this in front of you. Of course you can't see where his legs are coming at you. His arms are just doing this. Martial arts, they call it. But anyway, you might be saying, Murph, why do you read out everything in the chat? Well, you take the trouble and the time to move your fingers in a way that communicates by pressing buttons. And they arrive at my little desk screen here. And my job is to read it out. That's how the deal works. So bear with me now, bear with me. Goblin Zeus, good evening. Woke up today and asked myself... Oh no. Goblin Zeus says good evening. Aileron says, I woke up today and asked myself, okay, this isn't hurting. Checklist needed. Uh-oh. Yes, David Herbert is here. He says, good evening, gents. I see we're going military style today. Hello to YouTube. Hello to David. You're very welcome in, dude. Old Veteran says, Murph, we could tell you about those shapes, but then we'd have to kill you. Yes. Of course, the F-117 Nighthawk, designed, invented, deployed and developed by the Irish back in 1912. And we kept the technology secret until someone needed it. And then the Americans rang us one day and said, Ireland, we need a favour. And we were like, say no more, lads. You're covered. Right? And that's pretty much all the history you need to know if at a pub quiz. Who designed the F-117? The Irish. Right? Who came up with stealth technology? The Irish. How did we come up with stealth technology? Because you didn't know we invented the F-117. See? It's a world secret. Stealth. Our genius has no bounds, right? The shape is due to reducing its presence on enemy radar, says Viper Strike. It is. Big Papa Bally, you're very welcome in. QC Frank is here. I'll be building my new PC next week, he says. Exciting times, man. Husker 2, good to see you. Murph went to the barbers and said, just give me the Paul Hollywood. Mike, good to see you. He's over on YouTube. You're very welcome in. Now, all the emotes. What have I done? Kozaki Flyer, hidden away in the middle of it all. Good to see you, Kozaki. Hope all is well. Also, friends, we've started up a new group. Well, it's not a new group. It's the same group. Hang on, I'll type some buttons into this thing. It's our same... Will it log in over here? Maybe it will. I have a terribly itchy head. Hang on now. It's trying to load here on this. Oh, it loaded, look. It loaded. Anyway, that's not what I'm looking for at all. Yes, here it is. Jesus, I nearly went across the screen. Welcome to Facebook. What? I know, yeah. We're eventually catching on. Seemingly, there's this sort of social interaction service on the internet called Facebook. Who'd have thought of it? But anyway, we do now have a new group. Two-Ton Murphy Flying Circus. We have a Facebook page. But it didn't really get it was very one-way communication. It's almost as if it would be some sort of a place that you had to sit in silence and only I could speak. I mean, could you imagine a scenario like that? Anyway, with this group page, we can both communicate, you see. You can share pictures. Like Gibbo saying, I wonder if I can order it pre-built. And it's not there, so he must be talking about an aircraft carrier. But you can share stuff, we can talk about stuff, and there's all news and updates and everything else. This is in addition to our Discord. If you're not on Discord, check out our Facebook. I must actually wire this to the website. I'll do that later. But anyway, just come onto Facebook, search for TTM Flying Circus. It's not a service, not yet. And then, Lego Concorde. Gibbo, I have the Lego Concorde here. I didn't finish it yet. Do you want to come down to help me with streaming stuff? Yeah. And I'll show you the unfinished. Yeah. Anyway, do be sure to check it out over here, lads. As I said, it's in addition to what we have on Discord, but not everyone uses Discord. So we said, well, sure, look, we can be in two places at the one time. And now here we have it. And it was pretty cool, right? It's pretty cool. So close that page, Murph, and continue on to where you were. Gary JF is here. Jamaumu, you're very welcome in. Who's this? Canna320, welcome in. Guinness time. Indeed, man. Paul Weaver over on YouTube says hello. Hello. David says, the shape bounces the radar waves in other directions, then back to the sender, thereby not showing the bip on the radar, hence stealth. You guys know your stuff. You know your stuff. Now, Whack-A-Mo is here. It's good to see you. Gary Duggan over on YouTube. He says, greetings again from Gosford, Australia. Good day, good day. Greetings from Tipperary, man. Hope you're well. Corn Wolf, it's good to see you. Didn't the Irish invent the Vulcan, says Rambog. Right? It's catching on, right? The Howler, yeah. Howdy all from SoCal. Luxie, Devil Fly, you're welcome in. Good to see you. Aviator Geek is here. Strap21, welcome in. Capkira, welcome in. Zard is here. Muse Fan. There's all sorts of buttons going on here now. Muse Fan is here, like a devil. Wait till you hear this. Sure, Jesus, how he is. Yous bunch of mad jokes, yous. Happy Monday. Hope everyone in Ireland and the UK still have their houses. Muse, it's great to see you. What was the weather like up that neck of the woods, hey? Do you know, everyone has the same haircut. You walk outside the front door and it's whoosh, right, a horizontal mohawk. But Muse, it's great to see you, guy. Big Papa Polly says, Flight of the Phoenix. Was that the movie? I think that was the movie. But yes, who but this? Hoban, it's good to see you. Either Broken Arrow or Spartacus. I forget which. It wasn't Spartacus. I'm Spartacus. Flight of the Phoenix. Dennis Quaid. No, Jesus, no, David, no. I'm not to hit me hand. No, that's the newer version. Dennis Quaid. Sorry, but no. Did you see him in The Day After Tomorrow? That's the weirdest subject sentence ever, but it's a movie called The Day After Tomorrow. Did you see him in The Day After Tomorrow? Huh? Time travel. No. He's in The Day After Tomorrow and he plays the dad of your man who goes to the place and all the weather hits him, right? And the whole thing turns into, you know, the end of the world as we know it. The climate is there. You know, you're one from, what's her name? Greta, right? She got the Academy Award for a story, Make Believe. And his biggest line in the entire film was, I will come for you. Do you understand me? Now, hang on, lads. What in the name of Jesus is there not to understand from that sentence? I will come for you. Jesus, what do you mean? I'll find you. Do you understand? What? You'll find me. Dennis Quaid. No, it was the original one. Anyway, we're over here. Paparazzi, good to see you. Welcome in. I know it's early in the year, but I've already broken out the eggnog. Oh, behave. Nice one. Jesus, lads, I'm taking me time here. But sure, you're all talking to me. Full-time Blarney at it again. Be bit of the Blarney. Pratt P is here, good to see you. I heard the F-117 is powered with an RTX 4090 Ti. Could you imagine? I thought the Irish invented Guinness, hooligan-eaters, and the art of reading everything. I'm just after being vipered. I can't believe I just got vipered. Was that easy? Jesus. Now, moving on. Balut is here, good to see you. What is this Facebook? I couldn't tell you. Right, now, I need to catch up. Who's this? Frankie Sat. The last time I flew this plane, it was made by Micropose. Do you remember? Micropose. Mr. Zed Ryder's in the house. Good to see you. Renoir is here. Randy Godwin says hello from Texas over on YouTube. Hello from Tipperary. You're very welcome in. I love Texas. Lord Gracious is here. He says, good evening all. Mew says it was mental 6:30 this morning. The road was like an obstacle course with trees and branches. Janie. Was it James Stewart? Was it James Stewart? It could have been Dougal. Yeah, I think it was. Jimmy Stewart. Yeah. He was in the original. Now, and more people requesting access into the Facebook page since the announcement approved. Man yourself, old veteran. Thank you very much indeed. Murph's favourite film. Bilbo Baggins was the scientist in Day After Tomorrow. Yes, he was too. He was. Yes. Look at that, voicey. There's a man who knows that movie. Zybok Doc calling from Denmark. Hello from Tipperary. I hope you're well. Have I got time for a coffee? Oh my God, yeah. Gib was like, you have time for 2 coffees. What? Aim in 1973 is here, but I'm not really, as I've got 3 night shifts to do. Jesus. Goblin Zeus says Flight of the Phoenix in the 60s was James Stewart and Hardy Kruger. Good man, Goblin Zeus. This is the last time I flew this plane. Indeed. Right. Holy cow, this B2 is loud. Oh wait, it is. Who be this? John Merdan, good to see you. Airplanes, indeed. Cockspur development team rambled in there with a subscribe. Seb, where are we at? Thank you very much indeed, man. It's great to see you. How are you keeping? Seb, did you know the Irish invented stealth technology? All right. Write it down somewhere. What are you talking about? I've had nothing but clear blue skies and a nice offshore breeze. Did you? Right, so B2 next week. It's hard to call, lads. It's hard to call. Santi PMI, good to see you. Thank you indeed for the follow. Right. Are we ready? What time is it? Yep. I'm dead late, and it's my fault. Okay, so a couple of things I want to show you from the exterior of this aircraft. And this aircraft that we're looking at, friends, right? This is, I'm after deleting the page. It's from Aerial Simulations, right? Where is it now? You can pick it up in the marketplace or indeed from Orbex, right? So the Nighthawk. So we'll have a little chat about it before we go. Santi says, hello from Mallorca. Hello from Tipperary. I hope you're well. Thank you very much indeed. So its current price is around $20, give or take, right? And well, the feature list of the aircraft includes high-resolution PBR textures inside and out, detailed animations inside and out, including the blow-in doors, aerial refueling door, the canopy, the glare shields, the bomb bay doors, the trapeze and payload, the APU door, a tail hook, antenna, a parachute, chocks and ladder, radar cross-section monitoring system, or RCS, custom Mach hold, and a custom drag chute simulation. Right, so it's pretty. It is pretty. It's a fascinating airplane. This one, right? Like fascinating, right? It was introduced in October 1983. It's 40 years old this year. It first flew on June the 18th, 1981, and it was retired on the 22nd of April in 2008. Well, at least they said it was, but I don't think it was. They built 64 of them. In total, 64 of these aircraft, and no one has a clue how much these things actually cost, right? I would say a lot, right? A lot. But there's a couple of characteristics I wanted to point out straight away, right? And if you know the answer, well, don't be the first in, but does anyone know what they're for? Does anyone know what we're looking at here? The pointy bits in front of the pointy bits. I thought these were interesting, right? Does anyone know what they are? What they're used for? It'd leave a hell of an indent if it hit you, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Make an absolute mess of you. Do you know? It's a shish kebab, right? Phasers. So, I'll start explaining, right? This aircraft, it features a fly-by-wire system, right? And it's flown by computer. When the pilot is going to go flying with this, he's to bring his little computer box with him and plug it in. Thus, all the flight plan, all the weather information, everything is in this little computer. And he puts it into the big computer box inside in the cockpit. However, these are sensors, the sensor array. Effectively, right? So the way you'd have pressurization, a pitot tube, and so on and so forth. Well, these probes essentially feed the aircraft's computers with the information needed to be able to keep the aircraft in a stable flight condition. Basically, it protects the envelope or the flight envelope of the aircraft. If it didn't have these, the pilot would near enough be shagged. He'd have so much work to do just trying to keep the aircraft stable. So if you never knew that before, now you know. And they were invented by the Irish. But that's what they are. And I always wondered, well, why was that? Right? The initial test flight of this aircraft, fascinating gentleman who flew it, not Anderson, but the other lad, well, they had to turn these off. They were afraid what was going to happen. And so much so, the balance of the airplane had to receive a number of modifications after the first flight. There was not enough weight in the nose, for instance, so they had to replace the nose cone with lead, right? That's before they put the sensors in. Also, the fins on the back, these beautiful fins, are actually 50% larger than what was on the original test aircraft. They were too small, and the airplane could not manage a stable flight, not without oscillating and going all over the shop, so they had to make them bigger, right? Which is pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. Blueprint of Sauron's helmet. You shall not... Oh, wait, no, that wasn't Sauron. What did Sauron say? Taking the hobbits. Wait, no. What did Sauron say? But anyway, as we're looking around it then, a couple of features, right? This aircraft, there are no curved surfaces at all. Unless, of course, you look at the wheels and a couple of things in the cockpit. But on the exterior, there is nothing curved at all. It's all about flat edges. Which makes this thing, well, unique in a lot of ways. But that was the technology required, right? And if we have a look back here, right? These are exhausts for the engines. The entire engine cooling system, in which there are two engines, right? We have a twin engine set up on this aircraft. And they're condensed, pressed, and then directed so that the heat signature of this aircraft makes it look like something completely different, right? It's designed to upset heat-seeking missiles and so on and so forth, right? Absolutely brilliant. Other things we can note about it, well, up on the very top here, we have a little kind of a gap. And you'll see, there's the canopy, but here we have a little gap. This aircraft, due to the type of operation it was used for, was designed for mid-air refueling, right? So we'll expose all that. We'll be able to show all that now once we get going. Like the aircraft we have from Aerial Sim, it's not bad. There's a little bit going on. It does share its avionics and its sound set with the default F-18, which I suppose isn't terribly bad, right? The engine is a very different one. It's a subsonic. This thing doesn't go terribly fast. In fact, it's not even terribly maneuverable when compared to something like an F-16 or an F-15 or whatever. It's nowhere near that. However, this thing could fly a decent range with a highly accurate payload. That's why these things were used. They saw their first combat role in the Gulf War, Desert Storm and so on. And it's rumoured these things even took part recently in Syria. Right? Because, well, it's laser-guided technology. They don't use radar. They use laser-guided technology. Being, there's equipment on this aircraft that will point its laser at the target before and after deploying any ordnance, and then it heads away after, bang, right? This aircraft, or this style, hasn't been replicated until recently when the F-35, which also has stealth capabilities, it also has laser-guided systems, which is very interesting, right? So that's kind of it. It's mad. It's very, very beautiful. It's very, very unique. We're going to go flying in it, right? These things usually flew at nighttime. When Lockheed first built them, they were painted blue, and the US Air Force were like, we want it black. So even the paint on these things, and that's why if anyone's into the military aircraft and you start noticing all these new chrome paint schemes on military aircraft, mainly the F-35, the F-22, and even the F-117 was spotted with this new chrome paint scheme. The idea being is it's a new technology developed that absorbs radar signals and spits it out all over the place, right? Apparently with this, they felt that top fighter pilots would have been more attracted to fly an aircraft with an F designated for fighter. Indeed. So, see here, these are the air intakes. There are no openings on this aircraft. Nothing opens, and if it opens, it can close, including the bomb bay doors underneath, right? And as I said, most of the weapons on this gadget, they would be primarily used in the air-to-ground role, and they would have laser guidance, all right? So, if you don't have this aircraft, or just see Muse fan telling us it'll appear as an A320, see, that's telling you that the stealth is working. So what we're going to do, we're going to hop in, get this thing started up, and then get out of here and learn a little bit more about it on the way, right? So welcome to the cockpit, and there is a little bit of familiarization we want to get ourselves used to. So we can see we have a nice heads-up display. We have a couple of screens. Some things work, some things don't work, but I will draw your attention to some of the important things we need to keep an eye on whilst flying. So bottom left over here, you have your altimeter. Right? You also have stuff for your tail wheel and all this sort of jazz if you're going to be using it in carrier. You have an artificial horizon and analog to backup, right? You also have vertical speed. Moving across, you have your bay door systems. That's to open and close the bay doors. Moving across here, you have radar altitude, a backup horizontal indicator. And over here, lads, this is where we can see our fuel and also your engine instruments. Hydraulics are up on top. Oxygen is beside it. But this is the guy you need to keep an eye on. So we're going to be looking at the core RPM, EGT, fuel flow, and then the fan RPM. You can also see the oil pressure in both engines, left and right, 2 engines. This gadget here, this is your annunciator panel, and then as we move down to the right-hand side, we're met with some of our electronics. So we have a CDU here, which doesn't work, but we do have your gens, battery, and external power. Over on the right-hand side, then, we have your oxygen regulator. We have then various modes for IFF, identification, friend or foe. Moving down, we have our radios. Now, in terms of navigational systems, right, this aircraft can work with a TACAN, TACAN. It's basically tactical air navigation. So if you're flying at military airports that have TACAN frequencies, well, you can actually follow it with this airplane. It's pretty cool, right? Moving further down, we have a number of antennas. We have a little bit of lights, including FLIRs and DLRs. And then what else do we have? Canopy control, and so on and so forth. We'll get into all this now in a moment, right? And before we get going, on the left-hand side, again, you're limited to some of the buttons, but some of them work. We have our external lights out here, including. We also have some internal lights. And as we move up across, then we have our engine controls, APU switches, trims, and EPU, which is going to be our APU. Effectively, that's what we want. All right. So first things first, we're going to start off with the battery. So the sound set, as I said, is shared with the F-18. It's still good, right? So battery coming on. And we have sounds on this, right? So battery coming on. We'll also come over here to some of our external lighting. So I'm going to put on my anti-collision lights and our nav lights, turn them on. We can also turn on some internal lights here as well, just to make it look all very fancy, right? Do you know what I mean? Look at those lights. Yes. Also get our hood up and running. Hood is now online. So we have a look down. We can see that our generators are off, pitot heat is off, and our anti-skid is off. So we need to turn on our anti-skid. That's important. That tends to be down near landing gear switch. Anti-skid lights are on, and we're good to go. Next up, we're going to open the fuel for the APU, and we're going to start the APU. Nice. And before we even realise, she's up and running. Next up, we're going to close the canopy. Two things you need to look at. So you have your canopy servo switch. So we press and hold it in the down position, and you'll see it coming down with a shadow above us. It's a beaut. Thank God for the Irish who invented it. Right? Okay, so door is now down, our canopy is down, and we need to lock it with our canopy locking switch or handle. Canopy is locked and secured. We're good. So the APU is firing up. We now need to get these systems in. So we're going to put on the auxiliary gens to give us some power, because we need to start up the aircraft itself. So moving across, we have a look, and we have two engine start switches, and then we have our fuel. All right. So our main fuel is already open. So we're just going to go for a start on the right engine. Click start. Engine start is illuminated. And if we come over here to the right hand side, we should now see engine core RPM starting to spool up. And if we jump outside, we should be able to hear it now in a moment. It sounds decent. So like, even though the default sounds of the F-18, it's still something decent to listen to. Do you know what I mean? So if we have a good start on the left, we're going to go ahead now and start the right engine. Click the engine start. And again, you're just monitoring your systems to make sure that your RPM is moving. And you can see your fan RPM, that'll kind of stabilize and slow down. And then your fuel burn. So while we're here, I'm going to reset my barometric and also reset our heading indicator. When it comes to the menus on the system, again, there's a lot of stuff not available in here, which is, it is what it is, right? We can get a HUD in here if we want it. We can also go back to the menu. It doesn't show a radar. It doesn't show any of this, so it's pretty much just good for your radar or for your HUD. But it looks the part, right? Looks the part. I don't think this guy is working. Did anyone get this screen working? I don't know what even comes up here, but it doesn't seem to work. So our HUD is already on. We can adjust the brightness of it there. The HUD is nice, right? Does the job. Go ahead and cancel that caution light. So as that engine comes alive, once we have full engines running, we're going to shut down the the APU. It is turned on though. Power is on. Is there something down here? I don't think so. Am I running the latest version? I hope so. If I'm not, so well, just to clarify, so Jay Winokur, does the latest version now have this screen operational? Hey, Robert is here, good to see you. The screen does work? Alright, okay. Airborne Rookie couldn't get it to work either. So it works on the latest update? Alright, okay. Is there any other switches I need to do from here to turn this gadget on? No? We can use our HSI down here behind me mallet head. The FLIR button. Standby, infrared, and open. Oh, huzzah, it works. Brilliant. Okay. Jesus, I didn't even know that worked. Right? Okay, so it does work. So that's a little camera. That's a little camera working now. Look. How cool is that? I feel like I'm important. Now, what do we need to do over here, lads? Oxygen, turn it on. Yup, you devil, you. Oxygen is now flowing. The mask is working. That's okay. Gens are online. Perfect. Our computers, 1, 2, and 3, activate. RLS. Turn that on. What else do we need to do? IRADs, put it on infrared. Cockpit temperature, don't need to worry about that. Engine bleeds are already set to on. That's looking good to me. Over on the left-hand side, let's have a quick check on what we're doing. So, our RCS, this is modelled, but we'll leave it alone. I don't think you can change the buttons in it. We also have... There's something with the fuel probe. It's like in-air refueling. Is it this one? No. There is a button here. Hang on, we find it. So there's trims, flight controls, inertial something. APU we will bring offline here now in a moment. Hang on. APU off. Now we can also open up the bomb bays, look. That's pretty cool, right? I'm almost certain we can add ordnance to this. You can add ordnance to this. So 2 1,000 or 2 1-ton bombs. So there's one. Sure, we can open the 2 of them, couldn't we? One at a time. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Nice. So get them closed up. It's a fuel tank, is it? Oh wait, of course it is. We're sold in the marketplace. Yeah, well, it's a fuel tank full of Guinness. It's a bomb. You need a patch for the devs. Right, okay. There's a patch from the devs on Discord. Sweet. Okay. Right, now, what was the last little thing I wanted to show? The fuel. Where's that living now? Connection lost. Really? Really? We're still online. That's the main thing. What's over here, look? Engine anti-noise inlet. Pitot heat come on. There's a button here that we can get the fuel gadget open. We'll figure it out maybe in the air, right? Little yellow lever, brake strips, pull that Murph, turns on the AC. The canopy ejector. Yeah, that's the one. Master test switches. Thanks, Microsoft Flight Sim. We're back online. Okay, we got our taxi light on. I'll figure out what that button is now in a moment. It's to do with like your mid-air refueling. There's a button here for it somewhere, right? Anyway. Taxi light is on. Aircraft is pretty much set up, ready to go. And we're looking good, right? We're looking good. So, park and brake off. Add in a small bit of power. There we go. Let's just double check our fuel here, weight and balance. Bring the fuel up. I'm also going to turn on multiplayer now, so we're going to get you guys coming in. Excellent. Okay, so Provo Municipal Airport. And we're going to be departing here from runway 13. It's right ahead of us, lads. Right ahead of us. So far, I don't see peoples. Give it a second, though. I'm sure they'll kind of load in now in a moment. There we go. There's loads of people down there. Perfect. Oh, jeez, the stuttering is real. There's a MiG-29 with us with Macamo. Brilliant. Alright, Sim, come on. Couple of stutters now just to load in all the other aircraft. Up the yard, you devil. Mr. Dan, what are you flying? So nose wheel steering should be on automatic. Provo from Vertical Sim is so good, says Mountain Man. It's awesome. This is a great little airport. And like, this crowd here behind us, what's this they're called? Duncan Aviation. They're one of the largest kind of maintenance outfits in the US. Okay. I'm liking all the dials up and running now. That's pretty cool, isn't it? We're just going to be getting some stutters here as everyone else loads in, but that's okay. So, she's a fast machine, this, lads. It's proper fast. Bit of Toby eye head tracking on here. Well, eye tracking. Air ourselves lined up, runway 13. I'm not using live time or weather because, well, live weather is a little bit boring, so I gave ourselves a little bit of a scenery, you know, in the sky to make it look nice. Cockpit is something like out of Star Wars, isn't it? Isn't it? Okay, friends. So what we're going to do, we're going to take off, fly around the airport, pick everyone up, and then head out on our way. All right? Are we ready? Power coming in. I see refueling button, white dial, right bottom. AR, right bottom. Here? Hang on now. Refueling button, white dial, AR, left bottom. Refueling, AR, right button. Hang on, we'll find it. Pitch, autopilot, flight control reset. Need to press them. The other side. ECS, no. Antennas? Hardly. How the antenna works? That's pretty cool. So on the left hand side says Goblin Zeus. Whereabouts, meow flower? We'll find it, lads. Cross feeds. There we go. Thanks, Goblin. So that exposes the air-to-air refueling kind of receiver. Hey, Professor Siege is here. Good to see you. So the aircraft does have a couple of nice animations, lads. It's right. So if you close this gadget now, look. So there are some nice animations going on. Anyway, right. Let us go flying. So, RPM, we're going to increase this. Bring it up to around 85. Off the brakes. We're rolling. And we'll go full power. Takeoff power is set. Airspeed is alive. And we're rolling. Up you divil you. Man, there's so many aircraft taking off here. This looks fantastic. There's 90 knots. Again, you're not going to set any major speed, you know, records with this thing. There's 130. Yep, see Daisy. Nice gentle pullback. Positive rate of climb, gear up. Nice shallow climb out of here. Look at that. Looks awesome. So it's a true kind of fly-by-wire aircraft. Trimming and everything else should work fairly well. Man, look at the views around here. Hey, Keen Lafford is here. Good to see you, Keen. So be careful of the high ground to our left. We're going to turn to the right. And we'll ramble on out this way. We're looking good so far, lads. We're looking good so far. So, how are we getting on? Small turn here. So, what we're going to do now, friends, well, if you're on the Xbox, press 1. If you're on the PC, press 2. And if you're here because it's Monday, and let's be honest, they stopped showing Glenroe years ago, well, you press number 3. Hello, Fireflies. Welcome to the Flying Circus. We live stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 2000 Zulu time, right here. All right. James, we've got our count. 23 in the PC, 1 on console, 175 passengers plus a Murph, and only 175 days to the Eurovision. Man yourself, Keen, you absolute ledge. Brilliant. All right, we got a great number of other aircraft here. This is awesome. Okay, so in terms of altitude, well, this thing it has a fairly decent ceiling, right? We'll get into the specs of this here now, just so we know what we're kind of dealing with, right? So when we look at when we look at what we know about the aircraft, right, which isn't an awful lot, but we'll try and figure it out. Its service ceiling is 45,000 feet, right? This thing can go all the way up there. Range is about 1,070 nautical miles. Maximum speed, Mach 0.9 or 2, or some 594 knots, right? The power plant, they're using 2 General Electric F404's F1D2. They're turbofan engines, giving 9,000 litres per thrust each. What? Insane, right? Insane. Crew was 1. Wingspan is 43 feet. The length is 65 feet. And let me see. Armament, it can carry paveways, JDAMs. It can even carry the B-61 if needed. Let's hope it's never needed. So, Schmitteroonie to the right here. 1 on console. Odd way to become a minority. Man yourself, Lord Graces. So we can see where we're at. We have our core RPM, 97%. EGT, it's okay for the moment. Oil pressure is alive in both engines. And our RPM indicator on the fan is up there. This button here, by the way, when we want to land, as soon as your wheels touch down, all 3 of them, well, or 2 of them, just press that and your drag chute, little parachute, will deploy. For we have no speed brakes on this machine here. Man, look at this. Okay, so we're just going to turn ourselves on course here, right? And let's see what we can do. We're in relation to the it doesn't have INS. Let's see what we can do in terms of nav. So we can go TACAN. We can also adjust our heading. Now I doubt it very much we'll actually get at now. So we're going down here to autopilot. We're going to say well, nav and engage. Now let's see what she's going to do here, right? I don't want to climb too high though. Let's have a little gawk here. So we want to go for speed. So that should level us. Now, if it's going for heading mode, which it's not, is there a button here we can hit? Probably not. So flow to the rescue. We're going to go to autopilot and we're going to go to... Can we go nav mode? Okay, can we go heading mode? Heading 262. Heading 225. Probably not. Let's have a look. Autopilot engage. Okay, so she is trying to track. So it's getting us back up to the magenta line. Altitude is coming up. So far, which is the best military aircraft in Microsoft Flight Simulator? That's a tough question. I would say the most detailed is the Hawk by Just Flight. That's probably the most detailed and feature rich. Now, let me see. This is so awesome, says Moloch Ice Cube. It is awesome. It's great flying these jets. And like, look at the state of this, lads. That's awesome looking. F-18s, F-14s, F-22s. There's a Hawk with us. There's a B-2 Spirit down there. There's a Raphael there. Or Rafale. Right. I see a wild Gibbo Ireland ahead of us in an F-117. Gibbo is part of the advance party. Let's follow Gibbo. So it flies quite stable. Like, our speed is good, 407 knots. We're trekking, we're doing a good job. And it's all about monitoring our stuff. So AP signal channel, that's all okay. APU is off, that's okay. Oxygen is running as it should be. I've nothing here I can play with. We do have frequencies we can put into our TACAN. You can do ILS as well. Antenna. So there, Jesus, the stutters here. So you have an antenna coming up here. Now I wonder, do I need that to activate the autopilot? Perhaps. Jesus. Right, be careful what you do there, lads. Let's not mess with the autopilot. Okay, we'll fly this way. Simon is down there in a Hawk. Control Major Tom in an F-18. Look at it though, lads. Isn't it gorgeous? Such a unique airplane. Like, it's absolutely friggin' nuts. Bring these back in. Now, let me see. VFR Pilot is pretty, isn't it? Isn't it pretty? So we're pretty much going to fly on point. Gibbo's ahead of us. Just follow Gibbo, lads. Gibbo's on the right way. I see Daedalus down there in an F-14, look. Nice. So we're at around 18,000 feet, or flight level 180. And we'll just kind of continue on this kind of a path here as we track west. If you're grand, Mr. Dan. Gibbo the Pathfinder, indeed. I see a Wild Muse fan in an F-16. Isn't it great? Like, and here's the thing, right? So I dabbled with DCS a little bit over the weekend, only to, you know what I mean? And because I'm finding the fighters or the combat aircraft in Microsoft Flight Sim, I'm looking at DCS going, I'd like a little bit more kind of, you know. And you're just following me flight plan. Jesus, I wouldn't be following that. Who knows where that'd take you, Gibbo, huh? But yeah, so jumped into DCS just with the F-18, and it's when you start, one sim will enhance the other sim and vice versa, if that makes sense. So, for instance, right, in the F-18, in DCS, once you get your control bindings done, right, which takes a while, starting up the aircraft is, well, relatively simple. 5 buttons and you're good to go. I mean, that's pretty much it, right? This aircraft, however, well, that hasn't seen the light of day in a DCS, right? Turner says, Murph, did you see me last post? I only saw only. What did you say before that? Tarnish, it only said only. I don't know what else it said. We've enough military here. We do, Zard. I don't know if you guys are aware of this or not, but there's a well-known aircraft developer in Microsoft Flight Sim and, of course, X-Plane, and I think they did stuff in P3D, but they are developing their own F-117. Now, this...
Big 10-4, good buddy.
Beat the Jesus. This, Two Dogs, greetings from Wisconsin. Thank you very much indeed. Flying Iron Simulations announced this back in 2019, prior to Microsoft Flight Sim coming out, and it was designed, or designated, or planned at least, to come from Flying Iron for X-Plane 11. High fidelity avionics simulations, realistic code based on flight systems and procedures, high fidelity art, performance and data, realistic simulation of the twin F404 engines, hi-fi F-mod sound system. Like, Flying Iron, they're a huge name when it comes to making aircraft for any simulator. They started this project and well, we haven't heard much of it since. What do you think? Would you like to see a higher fidelity either come into DCS or X-Plane, or indeed Microsoft Flight Sim? What do you think, lads? MP Stack says, is that Flow is the Flow autopilot interface an add-on? Well, no, it's just part of Flow. Flow Pro, I think. Do you know? Hope they didn't scrap it. It'd be pretty swell. Yeah, or sell pretty well. Yeah, absolutely. A bit behind, but the boom is out. Come on, Kozaki. Hey, Patrick is here. It's good to see you. Happy Monday, man. Welcome in. Flying Iron makes some really great stuff. Would love to see their crack at the F-117. Yeah, but they've gone back to the roots of making the vintage aircraft, but you know what I mean? I think that'd be class, right? It'd be class. So the F-117 Nighthawk has become an icon of the US military aviation, legendary for the secrecy and mystery surrounding its surreal and unique design. Immediately recognizable. Memphis Don has subscribed. And yourself, thank you very much indeed. Jeez, we're having a great night of subs here. Thank you very, very much. Immediately recognizable from its triangular flying wing design, the F-117 is truly an aircraft of science fiction. Pretty mad, right? So it's an American single-seat twin-engine stealth attack aircraft developed by Lockheed's secretive Skunk Works division and operated by the United States Air Force. It was based on the Have Blue technology demonstrator. The Nighthawk was the first operational aircraft to be designated around stealth technology, and its maiden flight took place in 1981 at a place called Groom Lake, Nevada. The aircraft achieved initial operating capability status in 1983. The Nighthawk was shrouded in secrecy until it was revealed to the public in 1988. Of the 64 F-117s built, 59 were production versions, with the other 5 being prototypes. The F-117 was widely publicised for its role in the Persian Gulf War in 1991. Although it was commonly referred to as the stealth fighter, it was strictly a ground attack aircraft. F-117s took part in the conflict in Yugoslavia, where one was actually shot down by a surface-to-air missile in 1999. It was the only Nighthawk to be lost in combat. Now, it's actually funny, right? The statement that the US military said, you know, when the aircraft was down, they were like, nah, it's old technology, we're not really worried. Or was it? Now, these things actually got a bit of a retrofit in recent years because, well, they have all sorts of modern avionics built into them now, replacing a lot of what we see here, which is fairly up to date. But they also had this feature, you've seen it in the FS Reborn FSR 500. It's like this stability mode, or press the button, I've made a mess, and it'll like center the wings, level the wings, and get you back flying very kind of safely. Do you know what I mean? So the aircraft featured that sort of technology. Do you know? So, what were we saying here? It was the only Nighthawk to be lost in combat. The US Air Force retired the F-117 in 2008, primarily due to the fielding of the F-22 Raptor. So, the development from Lockheed, right? Kelly Johnson had seen enough. The brilliant but irascible pioneer of Lockheed's famed Skunk Works division grabbed the blueprint he was studying, specs for an alien-looking diamond-shaped aircraft, walked over to his successor, Ben Rich, and promptly booted him in the rear end. Gave him a good kick up the jacksie. He says, "Have you lost your mind?" Johnson barked, throwing the crumpled blueprint that Rich had done at his feet, fuming that the design would never get off the ground. Johnson valued sleek designs, highly aerodynamic aircraft. This blueprint offered neither. Although a bit sore, Rich was unfazed. Aerodynamics was not the priority. 2 years earlier, in 1973, defense officials had called for a competition to build a stealth bomber undetectable by enemy radar. Rich had embraced the challenge with gusto. He turned to a pair of young Lockheed engineers, Dennis Overholzer and Scherer, who developed a computer program based on obscure German and Russian theories, which postulated that radar beams could be reflected by a series of carefully angled triangular panels. The pair's computer program had revealed that a diamond-shaped aircraft, what looked on paper like a flying engagement ring, would be 1,000 times less visible than any other aircraft ever created. The plans Johnson had crumbled up, they were the specs for the world's first aircraft invisible to radar. When they were testing this thing for radar, right, they had, you want to see it, there's loads of documentaries on it, but they had all these cameras and radars and scanners looking down the length of, you know, one of these testing runways where they couldn't actually see the aircraft on radar. There's nothing there. And then they got a signal, right? And your man was licking his lips thinking, "Ha, we got it. It is detectable on radar." It actually wasn't. What actually happened, a crow flew and landed on the F-117 prototype sitting on the runway. The radar detected the crow, not the aircraft. What? Isn't that mad, lads? Right? It's mad. So, let's do a little bit of learning as we're flying along here, right? So wait to hear this. It was developed in the late 1970s as a top secret project, part of a broader effort to create an aircraft with reduced radar cross section, RCS, and also had infrared signatures. The aircraft was developed by Skunk Works division of Lockheed, led by Ben Rich. The F-117's design incorporated various features to reduce its visibility on radar, such as the faceted surfaces which help scatter incoming radar waves and the extensive use of radar-absorbing materials. Nuts, right? As I said, she fought in the Gulf War, and it was in active service up until 2008, but they're still flying these things, right? They're still flying. So Lockheed, Skunk Works. We've heard the name Skunk Works, right? It's interesting. It's associated with the development of cutting-edge aerospace technologies and aircraft. That's what Skunk Works do. Like Lockheed Martin themselves, or Lockheed, right? I mean, that name goes all the way back. They have a huge name in aviation, right? So they were, some of the biggest aircraft, or the most famous aircraft that they released, was the P-38 Lightning. That we all love. Hey, Kevin is here. Thank you very much indeed. 12 months. That's a whole year, Kevin. Jesus. So the P-38, that was Lockheed. The P-80 Shooting Star was the first operational jet fighter used by the US Air Force. That's a very interesting story as well. That was built in less than 5 months as a reaction to what the Germans had completed, being the Me-262. The Americans built their own jet engine in just under 5 months, which is incredible. They also built the C-130 Hercules. That needs no introduction whatsoever. They built the U-2 Dragon Lady, the U-2, which is a very, very high altitude spy aircraft. They also built the SR-71 Blackbird. It was a reconnaissance aircraft flying at extremely high speeds and altitude, and it still to this day remains one of the fastest aircraft ever built. They also made the F-16 Fighting Falcon. They also made the F-22 Raptor, and then they moved on to make the F-35 Lightning. Skunk Works, the nickname for Lockheed Martin's Advanced Development Programs, ADP, an elite division, the company dedicated to developing cutting-edge and often classified aerospace technologies. The name Skunk Works originated during the Second World War. When they were working on a top-secret project, the engineers referred to themselves as Skunk Works after the moonshine factory in the popular Lil Abner comic strip, which was called Skunk Works. For obvious reasons, they weren't allowed to use the name due to copyright. And funny enough, when they went to... I'm trying to think of the airport. I forget the name of the airport that they were building, where they're based, right? Anyway, one of the place used to smell kind of bad, right? The hangar stank, right? And this name got on because one of the airmen answered the phone one day and it's like, "Hi, you've reached Skunk Works? Skunk is in smell." Yeah, that's how it got the name. It's hilarious, and it kind of stuck. So I thought it was interesting. But anyway, Skunk Works themselves, of the aircraft listed above from Lockheed, well, these guys in particular developed the P-80, the U-2, the SR-71 Blackbird, the F-117 Nighthawk, the Have Blue in 1977, which is the technology that powered this machine, the F-22 Raptor, and then the X-35, which was the prototype that eventually became the F-35. How cool is that, lads? Do you know? But when it comes to the secrecy behind all of this, and what about the pilots who were picked to fly it, right? Because, I mean, you got to say, right, well, how does one become part of this program? How do we actually get involved here? Because I want to fly this airplane. Well, pilots were picked, the absolute best of the best. They would start off, it was in total secrecy. As far as their wives or family knew, they were testing A7s out in Nevada, right? They go to work on a Monday, stay in the base all week, and get home on a Friday or a Saturday. How did you get on this week in work? I can't tell you. Huh? Right. You couldn't do that nowadays. She'd burst you. How was work this week? I can't tell you. I'm working on something that I can't tell you. She'd burst you, do you know? But anyway, so they were away from home quite a lot. They couldn't tell anyone what it is they were working on. And the entire project had the same level of secrecy, from top secret being classified, as the Manhattan Project. It was built in absolute secrecy. And like people out in the desert reporting UFOs, it was this thing. Now, here's some interesting thoughts on the whole matter, right? The aircraft officially retired back in 2008. It's still flying today. There was an order put into whatever American budget to say, yeah, we're going to mothball them and then slowly but surely, scrap them for a year, every year. And then an order came out to say, well, we want to test the US Air Force ability of storing aircraft over time and getting them back into flying conditions. Basically, that's the bureaucracy saying, we need money to fly these, please. So much so the US Air Force are actively recruiting anyone that has experience with the airframe, engine and avionics of these aircraft. They're not going away. I think last year the National Guard turned around and they said, yes, we can confirm we're using F-117s for training roles because the F-117, for us to train to intercept incoming cruise missiles, the F-117 is the best way to field test this. It's unrecognizable on radar. So we train our pilots to intercept it. So even today, the aircraft has very, very, very strong roles. And when you think about it, when it comes to the pilots who flew this thing, not only for the operations, but even for training, you didn't really have an awful lot of options. There was no, you need to divert to another airport. Wasn't there a movie made that like someone stole one and they flew to Russia? Or one of the Russians flew one and they stole it and they flew to they defected and all this jazz. Very, very interesting. So the whole thing done in secrecy. When it came to the pilots, these are test pilots, and they'd have, degrees in engineering perhaps, or, all sorts of crazy physics maybe, or, mathematicians. They needed that on top of being, extraordinary pilots within the ranks of the US Air Force. The same applied to the ground crews, to the engineers, the refuelers, even the rampies who got this aircraft in and out of action, be it loading weapons or even connecting the friggin' APU. Not one single F-117 was the same. Even though they're all built in the factory, they're all built to a very, stringent and, rigid specification. Each of them had its own characteristics. Some aircraft, you need to move that switch that way and that engine might get a little bit hotter than this one. They all had individual nuances. A pilot would often complain to the ground crew saying, listen, this aircraft, you need to fix it. One of the blast doors, or there's another name for them, one of the doors that close down at the back, it's making too much noise. And they're like, no, you're all right, sir, not in this plane. Oh, no, it is. I flew it yesterday. Not this one. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of a testament to how long and how much hard work went into building these things. Lockheed were producing these things at a rate of about 4 aircraft per year. And when you think about something like the SR-71 or the other projects that they've built, this was slow. This took a lot of time to build. And it wasn't the most aerodynamically sound aircraft either, right? I mean, they didn't exactly have the choice to, wheel it down the road and put it into a friggin' wind tunnel. It's a top secret project. How do they manage? How do they even manage transporting this aircraft? It went from their main facilities. It was cargoed out by the likes of a C-5 Galaxy. The wings were taken off. And they actually built wooden frames around the aircraft to break up the shape. So people couldn't actually identify what in the name of Jesus it actually is. Which is pretty kind of mad, do you know? And then, as I said, you had the paint scheme. The US Air Force wanted these in black. The prototype, the first one was blue, then they made it this kind of a grey colour. Now, there's one thing about black. People think, we want it black because we want to fly at night time. What's the problem with any black paint? It tends to be highly reflective, or it'll silhouette against any sort of bright surface behind it. So how do they manage it, especially when it came to radar? Even the paint, the type of paint on this aircraft, could you even hazard a guess of what a litre of this paint could possibly cost? It's in the regions of tens of thousands of dollars. The reason being is, Well, it's designed to absorb infrared and radar waves. Even the paint. Could you imagine being sent down to the stores? I need some paint for me desk. Yeah, I'm on it. And you picked up the wrong friggin' paint tin. Right? You know, you should have got, Ron Seal or something. And next thing you come back with this paint. Could you imagine? That desk is now worth, a lot more. It's mad. But as I said, there are now new variants of paintwork appearing on these aircraft. This highly polished chrome. And people are thinking, what? It's a chrome paint? What are you doing that for? You're going to see that a mile away. It's a very interesting development. And we're only seeing this kind of now. Pardon me, in the last kind of, year. Aircraft are appearing in this high chrome paint. Cheers of the hiccups, lads. Where is this now? Chrome paint F-35 technology. You're seeing it on the most modern of fighters. See how bright this colour is? Right? It's a chrome colour. Because they reckon whatever they've put into this thing, it now breaks up radar even further than just the shapes. And when you look at the shape of an F-35 or an F-22, well, you can see, again, the curvature. There's very, very little of it. When you look at the F-22, it kind of borrows the nose of the SR-71, right? The delta wing shape of the F-117, and then it has F-18 stuff going on towards the rear. That's what Skunk Works do. They move and take all the technology that they've already created and push it all out into something else. It's kind of mad. So as we kind of get over all of this, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to enter the playground used by the United States Air Force, and thus it is going to be our very first landing point. We're about to land here at a place called Batten Mountain Airstrip, Kilo Bravo Alpha Mike. Now, this airstrip was once ran by the United States Army Air Force all the way back in the Second World War, and they closed it soon after. Today, it's used mainly as a general aviation hub, but it's also home of one of the water bombers for the US Forestry Service, which is pretty cool. You know, the giant water bombers? Deadly. When we say it's no longer used for military operations, well, the airport itself was used as a backup facility for Reno, and it was also used as an unofficial emergency landing zone for some of the military operations that they do when they're training. Now, to sit in on any of these military operations, it's actually quite, it's incredible, right? Because when they want to kind of paint targets, they'll literally look at a flight plan. They're going to say, right, you're going to fly up to here. They're going to give them visual waypoints, and they're going to give them a building to, practice. We want you to simulate attacking that building. That's what they do. But this airfield and this area is used as a backup or an emergency location that they can use. The puns are strong here tonight. Yeah, you're all saying stuff. My friend said Skunk Works the worst job he ever had. All the secrecy and red tape. The constant overtime is great, though. Jesus. You're all stark raving mad. Stark raven? That's very good. Bird puns. Looks like you're only winging it. Ah, brilliant! So we're going to be making a right turn here, lads. Our stop is going to be over at this airport. The airport, speaking of which, look at that place. That's a fancy gaff right on top of the hill. The airfield, it got, I think it was a $2 million kind of investment recently to upgrade the ramp or the apron. And it also has a museum on site, and they have an F-117 parked up there, which looks gorgeous. So runway of choice here, lads. We have 3-1 or 1-3. We're going to go for 1-3. So we're going to be overflying the airport very, very quickly. If we can see this shagging thing. Easy now, Murphy. The area around here, it's very, very mad looking, isn't it? Bird-brained ideas. Okay, I think we have the radar or the runway in sight over here. Everyone's in at 320 except for me and Renoir. Brilliant. So we're going to overfly the runway and we're going to land on runway 13 here. Rob MCR is on the ground, parked up in a B2 Spirit. Beat the Hokey. There goes QC Frank. Speed of spill Mach 9. Oh, don't worry. Or Mach 9. We're booting it, but it's okay. We're going to fly it this way. Like, from the pilot's perspective, if... Jesus, Murphy, don't hit the ground. From the pilot's perspective, if they were going in on a combat run, they wanted this airplane. Like, they wanted this airplane. So there's the runway we're going to be landing on. We'll just fly out this direction here for the moment. Let that speed bleed away. Jesus, the amount of us, lads. There's tons of you here flying with us. This is deadly. What came first, the chicken or the egg? The answer is me, because I read everything. Ah, Jesus. Jesus, my lights are flipping. Or flipping? My lights are crackling. My lights are doing something.
He thinks you're the biggest agent of them all.
Thanks, Keen. I've just been keened. Great bunch, the Romans. Right, landing lights need to come on. Which are over here. Landing lights are on. And we're going to set ourselves up here for a landing, right? Might need to slow it down. Oh, we'll slow it down. We shall slow it down. So we're going to try and deploy this parachute here as we land as well, right? So, Toby eye tracking on for the crack. Speed is looking good, around 240 knots. We're going to kind of roll around here to the left. And then it's going to be a tight right turn back into the airport itself. Like, when you think about it, each and every little system in this aircraft, it was built for the same purpose. And having this as, you know, stealth technology, it's remarkable. If you haven't read the book by Ben Rich entitled Skunk Works, it's a great read. Oh, nice. How do you deploy the parachute? This seems like vital information. There's a button here, Gibbo, that says drag shoot. Click that divot when you land. See him there? Drag shoot. You hit him when you land. And all shall be well in the realm. You know, we hope. If I don't have a beer soon, I'll be splitting... Oh no, spitting feathers. Hang on now, we got ourselves page 1 of the F-117 manual. Brilliant. So this aircraft in the sim, it's a little bit kind of too light. It's very maneuverable when, you know, the F-117 wasn't. Now, it wasn't a flying brick either, but it wasn't very maneuverable, you know what I mean? So speed is coming down. Can I actually see the runway? I see the runway. Okay, speed 275. There's no flaps to worry about here. Gear coming down. Look at this. There's the lights. It's a great looking model. Aerial Sim have done a great job, you know, creating the aircraft, making it look this good. Let's see what we can do here. They didn't nickname it the Wobbling Goblin for nothing, right? Kurt Easy, good to see you. Yeah, this is the Aerial Sim F-117. So we're making our way straight in. Beautiful scenery around here, isn't there? So all the colours you're seeing, this is all powered by Rex AccuSeason. We have these beautiful autumn trees, or the fall trees. Imagine if I was an... Could you imagine now, right? Yeah, it's the one on the marketplace. Imagine if I was an actual F-117 test pilot and I was doing this for real. Now. I wonder what the... You know... I wonder what they'd be saying. Here comes a big Aegis in a very expensive airplane. What could possibly go wrong? Nothing. Serious Wolves says, I love the AccuSeason stuff. It's awesome, dude. Now, I don't know how well we're going to plant this on the ground. Hopefully gently, right? Speed is still a little bit lively. Jesus, this is going to be good old crack. We're going for the right runway. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Yes, yes, yes. Being an agent is just a front. Eamon is onto me. Oh no, my collection was lost. Stupid thing. Lads, Asobo Microsoft, will you just fix the thing and stop having the crank? Right now, there's a load of lads in France and probably a few in Seattle going, ah, Jesus, wait, we see what happens here. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Easy, Murph. Easy. Easy. Jesus. Right, get her down safely. Look at this big Aegis. Gibbo! Ah, Jesus! Oh, we felt that in Leitrim. Get the chute out. We successfully connected. Ah, me parachute is out. Look at the state of it. We landed at 534 feet per minute, but it's all right. I don't mind. The timing of that, Gibbo. Ah, brilliant. Welcome to welcome to Battle Mountain. Look at me parachute. Does your parachute hang low? Does it wobble to and fro? Jamie Paradox is here. Good to see you. Right. Get rid of the chute. We deployed a second time. Unlimited parachute extensions. That's deadly. Good job, Aerial Sim. Good job. Jamie, of course you can. Of course you can. Lads, you'll never ever have to ask permission to join our group flight. Doesn't matter how good or how awful you are at flying in the sim. Don't worry about any of that. You ignored the hood. I ignored the hood. Did I? D. Barkus, good to see you. I ignore many things, to be honest. Yes, don't mind that. It's not important, look. Okay, we're going to exit here to the left. Just being polite, that's quite okay. If anyone would like to fly with us, we're live on the Southeast Asian server. Our next leg is going to take us from here over to Lake Tahoe, which is going to be very nice. Oh, Jesus, I need to put her on the grass. The taxiway doesn't go the way back. It's all right, lads. I'm just going to, drive me multi-million, maybe billion. Oh, Jesus, don't hit that. We've grand. Right, let's ramble up the road here. Murph, what pedals do you use for flight sim? Says Hammer Nails. That's a great... I'm after pressing a button. That's a great question, Hammer Nails. I use the Thrustmaster TPR pedals. I find them brilliant. Total Aviation, good to see you. I'm not at liberty to say. What am I using for my menus? My menus? Can you be more specific? So we're using Flow Pro. This brings up all the different bits and bobs that we need, right? So for example, we can turn on, well, anything. Murph, I heard we're moving our hub at KTVL to Reno. Absolutely not. We love KTVL. Flow Pro is awesome. Oh, it really is. I mind that very set to replace my VKBs. So the Thrustmaster TPR pedals, they are the closest thing I have seen from, rudder pedals that mimic what's in the actual airplane. Because they don't do this crack. They're toe brakes and, you could get the rudder pedals from Virtual Fly, I think it is, but they're ridiculously expensive. You're not going to spend $1,000. These are about $400. But put it this way, right? My Cytec rudder pedals, I got 10 years out of those. And I managed to kind of give them on to someone else, and they worked fine for them as well. So, Flight Sim hardware. Good man yourself, old veteran. Look, there's all the jazz there, look. The Christmas list includes the Virpil throttle. I need to get plan permission for that in about 17 countries. But, oh Jesus, don't make it too heavy. What I want is the new throttle. But sure, we'll see. There's Rob MCR and Dateless up there ahead of us. Devil Fly, Captain Meowingtons. Coca Fanel is in a C-17. We've got a good bunch of aircraft here, lads. So we're going to get ourselves geared up and we're going to depart. Yeah. What throttle do I fancy? I think they only do one throttle at the moment, Kevin. They're dear though, it's hard to... It's hard to justify that sort of an expense just on me. Do you know what I mean? Get yourself turned around here. Oh, DeBarkus, yes. Thanks, Gibbo. There is a video. Frankenstein, it's another stealth one. It looks like a piston. It is not. Right? It's brilliant. F-22 or V-22? I'm not sure. Redman Tech says, have you looked at the DOF reality motion platforms? So I had a chat with Jeff Aviano has one, and I think he swears by it because, well, it looks the part. I thought about it, but I do enough kind of moving around myself without needing a platform, but they look incredible, man. And they're getting more and more, I don't want to say cheaper, but they're getting more and more affordable. And you can pick them up for like, I think $600, I think. Right? And I think after, I think everyone after watching SimFest and also the SoCal guys, the World Flight essentially, and you look at these fully built home cockpits, I think there's a lot of people saying, I want to, like, maybe if I just build my own kind of stuff, Watching all you guys fly is poultry in motion. I'm glad you find them amusing. Hummingbird is on fire tonight, lads. Jamie, yes, we are at Kilo Bravo Alpha Mike. So we're at the moment. So what I'm going to do, we're just going to sit tight here for the moment, lads. Keep your engines running. We're going to give folks a couple of minutes just to get up and running. Because what I want to do, the Sparrow shoot on this thing was brilliant. Jesus. The landing legs are great, but I've seen better ones hanging out of a nest. No, wait, that was bad. No, that was really bad. Hang on now. A reference to a bird. Ooh. No, wait, pigeon. No, wait, bird. Wren. We could say wren relieving. Did you see what I just did? I made a joke. Darapo says, Murph, thinking of getting the Hawk, but it's $50. Is it worth it at that asking price? The Hawk is the best fighter jet aircraft in the sim in terms of its fidelity. However, Darapo, if you want to hang on for a little while, the Vulcan is coming out very, very soon. Everyone's flying in the bird puns. Yeah. Everybody's heard about the bird. Bird is the word. Oh, look, here I am. Jesus, that view is very up close tonight, isn't it? So, hang on. I still need to get some sort of a monitor thingy behind me. Do you know what I mean? But let's see what happens here. Now, let me see. Everyone's, yeah. Forget reading. Murph, nearly found out. I'm a British V-bomber. I'm British. The V-bomber's getting bought. Yeah, the V-bomber's coming out soon, I think. The V-bomber. Oh, wait, the Vulcan. Eamon says, just stick with the platform shoes, Murph. Yeah, sure, right. Impeccable punnage. Jesus. They're terrible. You're all stark raving mad. World Flight was an excellent week's viewing. Wasn't it, Memphis? Wasn't it? It was awesome, man. It was awesome. But yeah, so I need to get a monitor. Gibbo, you were right. I need a monitor, But yeah. Now, let me see. Those jokes are a cardinal sin. Jesus. I'll just say it's the only bird I know. It's a blue tit. Yeah. That's right. Blue tit. Yeah, that worked. Anyway, there's one less B2 in the world. I just smacked it into the ground. Good result, Mr. Dan. Brilliant. That's okay. That's quite okay. She's on fire tonight. Where did we get Hummingbird from? The puns, right? Hummingbird even, right? Swallow your pride. Brilliant.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Kozaki says, with all the chrome paint, the song Silver Bird comes to mind. Jesus. Two can play this game. Brilliant, Abo. Yeah, that's very, very good. Right, so where are we? We're over here, look. Me hand. So there's me fancy radar screen that works, and then me GPS. It's brilliant, right? It's brilliant. I love it. I need to add more. Spare me the puns. Yeah, spare me the puns. All your fault, Murph. You brought up a crow on a wing. I did. I blame me too. Right, so, when we go flying, watch out, Duck. That screen needs, I'm over here. That screen needs to do a lot more, A lot more. Anyway, let's go flying. I'm going to fly the Harrier. Man yourself, Tarnish. Okay, feet the brakes. Fire coming in. These people are going to think we're stark raving mad. The puns are great for picking up chicks. Brilliant. Okay, off the brakes in 3, 2, let's go. On a wing and a prayer. Brilliant. Rolling. Watch the birdie. Jesus, there's 70 knots. Look at that F-16, booting it. Look at that F-14, booting it. 102, 112. Yep, see Daisy. Jesus, that A320 had a terrible... Well, I don't know what happened to him, but he made a complete and utter mess of that. Get up, you divil, you. Positive rate of climb. Gear coming up. Don't feather the engines. If Murph was a bird, he'd be a bald eagle. Birds, Eddie, birds. Right, Richie? We're here to find birds. Did you say birds? Really? We can see some birds? Ah, sure, Jesus, would you look at the state of this scene? Mr. Dan, was that you trying to take off? A grey parrot. A grey parrot? Dougal McTavish. Jesus. I used to be a parrot, but I'm all right now. I'm all right now. I'm all right now. Yeah, baby. Is this a budgie airline? Scorpio? Well, better luck next time. Ah, Jesus. I really want to buy the Virpil stuff, but it'd have a big bill if I did. What did you do last night? We had a whole load of jokes about birds. Huh? Did you ever see that film, The Birds? Oh, wait. Was it called The Crow? Oh, wait, there was a movie called The Crow as well. I have an itchy head. Jesus. The Birds. Wasn't it Stephen King or one of them mad lads? I think it was. Right, we're flying in this direction. All is looking well in the realm. Now we're heading out to a place called Lake Tahoe, right? Now, Lake Tahoe, I need to show you a photograph. For any of you who has watched, by the way, this is our Discord. Do be sure to ramble over to Discord. Cameron, thank you indeed for the follow. You're very welcome in. The dirty birds. Yeah. Getting a big egg stream now. Ah, Jesus. Now you're clutching at straws, right? Anyway, right. Discord. Ramble over to Discord. ! Discord brings you in, and sure, it's the greatest barrel of laughs you could ever have, right? Anyway, so Top Gun Maverick, right? One of the best movies ever made, right? And if you don't agree with that, I'm going to fight you. Anyway, there's a scene here when they launch the Tomahawks, the cruise missiles, right? And they bring them over yonder and they attack the enemy airbase. But the airbase that was used in the filming is, of course, Lake Tahoe. Which is kind of mad looking considering they're blowing it up. But they didn't really. But they kind of did, right? But anyway, so I thought, hey, isn't that cool? It's our hub for FireFly Air. And they went ahead and destroyed it. Do you know? So that's where we're flying to now, Lake Tahoe. Just thought I'd share that with you. Do you know what I mean? So we're well on our way. We're actually slightly ahead of schedule. But yes, what's your favourite airfield? Is it Bird? Jeez. You're clutching at feathers now. Oh, wait. Just did my first flight in the MD-11. Prime TMP. Nice job, man. It's not bad. It has a ways to go yet from what I can see. Put up your dukes. Huh? We're looking good. We're looking good. Mr. Dan got the B2 up. Man, oh, it's Heathrow. Ah, Jesus. Speaking of which, on a completely unrelated topic, this coming Wednesday, Ring of the Flight Sim news, we're also going to be checking out the Philippines scenery add-on from Clifford. And you may have spotted a couple of screenshots I posted on Discord yesterday. I happen to have my hands on the new upcoming update towards the Azure Poly C160 Transall. So we're going to be taking that for a blast on Wednesday just to show you what this update is going to look like. The update is scheduled to release this coming Thursday. It's already in a fairly decent state. Oh, good stuff. I haven't got it. I have subscribed to the early access, but I wasn't part of the first 1,000 people getting it. Do you know? I love Duckingham Palace. The bird memes, they're flying. Aha, you're right. I just did another one. I'm great at this game. How many points do I get for that? Right, get ourselves corrected here. We're flying this neck of the woods. Yes. And you may or may not have noticed already, the aircraft is super stable in the air. Once you get it trimmed, which doesn't take much time, it's brilliant. Exactly 3 points. Nice. Can't wait for the C160 update. Airdrops are a game changer. Yeah, they're kind of cool. They're kind of cool. You'll see what they're like. Just think of the flares, Jay Winokur. Same sort of tech. But I put up a couple of screenshots. Where are they now? I put up a couple of screenshots here the other day. Are they in add-ons? Dish. They're in add-ons. Dish. Here they are here, look. So this is what the upcoming update is going to give you. 2 can play this game. Right? There's a Jeep falling out the back of an aircraft. Isn't that mad? And they've animated the people inside and the move. The people move inside to do the thing. Right? Yeah, the paratroopers in there as well. Yeah, 100%. So, yeah, look, it's cool. Like, you just press the button and off they go. It's awesome. What else did you see my little DCS video? I'm super proud of this because I actually managed to, record a video on DCS. I wonder will it let me play that music on YouTube? Probably not. The Jeep is secured by Murphy and not supposed to fall out, right? I probably can't play this. They'll give out. Copyright and all this. That's the F-18 in DCS, by the way. Looks, Jesus, doesn't it look nice? Time flies when you're telling bird jokes. By the way, Epic Fool, good to see you, man. Welcome in. Epic, did you see what I put up there about the Dauphin? There's a Dauphin in development. News fan just gifted a tier 1 sub to Epic Fool, look. Thank you very much indeed. Cheers, man. It's your turn next. Ren are we going, Scorpio? Ren are we going? Yeah, right. But doesn't it look well, doesn't it? Jeez, it looks lovely. For the price of the game, it should be good. Well, it's a free game. Shh, don't play with my emotions. You saw it. It looks deadly, doesn't it? It looks absolutely cool. Yeah, that's a little video I did in DCS. That's all I can pretty much manage with that simulator, by the way. But anyway, do be sure to join our Discord. It's lots of fun. And you get to hang out with people like me and Gibbo and MuseFan and almost 2,000 other people. We have a few people over there now. It's good old crack, so it is. So how are we all doing on YouTube? We have 22 likes over on YouTube. Thank you very, very much indeed, lads. That's how it works. If you like the video, YouTube kind of sit down on their desk, read the newspaper and say, what? Who? Oh, yeah. And they'll recommend the stream to other people. So then it could be annoying even other people and more people. It's technology gone wild, right? But anyway, this is a great hobby, indeed. Why did the duck get arrested? He sold quack. One day I'll get back to learning the A10. Yeah. Sympathy likes, I reckon. Yeah, probably keen, yeah. Jesus. Yes, they are. But look at this. Thank you, Johnny Aardvark. Very kind of you. Look at the state of this. Hang on a second, lads. This needs some sort of a soundtrack or something. I do have the 104 installed, but for some reason the sim has a terrible habit of not loading them in. But it's grand. As Colonel Fork used to call them, you know, they're the Mooney Typhoons. And, well, I kind of like that. I kind of like the Mooney Typhoon name. Do you know what I mean? Hang on, we better do another count because Keen is here. So, Xbox players press 1, if you're on the PC press 2, and if you're here because it's still Monday, you press number 3. Toe tapping time. All right. Look at the state of this. This is deadly looking, isn't it? God almighty. The Grog, you're very welcome aboard. SJ, welcome in. Finally got my nose wheel bound so I can take off in the last runway. The Grog, come on yourself. Kane Lafford reports 26 in the PC, 1 in VR, 163 passengers plus a Murph. Nice. Hey, Aaron is here. Good to see you, Aaron. Nearly forgot, Murph. I finally tried out your NVIDIA overlay filter. OMG, man. What a difference. Right. I can't take all the credit. I'll take a good 90% share of it, though. Do you know? I hope you haven't bitten off more than you can chew. Scorpius on fire. Hummingbird, you've messed your match with the bird puns. Right. God almighty. We can do this all night. Ah, yes. So yeah, stuff and things and stuff. Lots of stuff.
You have a lovely voice. Very like Celine Dion.
Thank you, Dateless. Poor little Gibbo's lights are flashing now like you wouldn't believe. Huh? Look how good this looks, lads. Isn't it gorgeous? So we're on our way down to Lake Tahoe. An interesting neck of the woods, this place. Let's learn about it, shall we? You're just parroting. How did we get onto bird puns? How did this whole thing start? Right? Jesus. Anyway, Lake Tahoe Airport, public airport 3 miles southwest of South Lake Tahoe in El Dorado County in California. It covers some 348 acres and has one runway, and sometimes called the Tahoe Valley Airport. The airport in the Sierra Nevada mountains, just south of Lake Tahoe, opened up in 1959, which featured a 5,900-foot runway. Beginning in 1962, it had a few airline flights, and the first were on Futura Airlines, the interstate airline, and also on Paradise Airlines, both flying a Lockheed L-49 Constellation. Paradise ceased operations after a fatal accident in the mountains near the lake, And Pacific Airlines arrived in 1964 with Fairchild's F-117. That summer, Lake Tahoe was a stop on the F-117 Milk Run flight, the 771 Reno Lake. Reno, Lake Tahoe, Sacramento, San Francisco, San Jose, Fresno, Bakersfield, LA, and San Diego.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
May the Lord live and suffer in jail. There's things happening, look! Buttons! Aaron just... We a mad thing! Aaron just gifted 10 Tier 1 subs to the community. What in the name of Deuce? Thank you very, very much indeed.
Good buddy.
Absolute legend. Hang on. I don't think I have that in there. No, I don't. I need to work on these things.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Aaron, thank you very, very much indeed. Insane generosity. There's another hype train close. 10 gifted Tier 1 subs out of the blue. Man. But anyway, Holiday Airlines served Lake Tahoe
10-4, good buddy.
with the L-188 Electras in the 1960s and early 70s, followed by PSA, or Pacific Southwest Airlines, and Air California, later AirCal, with the Electras starting in 1975.
Big 10-4, good buddy.
It's a Jesus. This scenery is deadly. This scenery is amazing. According to the official airline guide, 6 regional and commuter airlines were serving Lake Tahoe in the springtime of 1981.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Be the Jesus. Jet services resumed in 1983 with the McDonnell Douglas MD-80s, followed then by Boeing 737-300s. Due to budget cuts,
Big 10-4, good buddy.
in 2001, the FAA ceased funding for the on-site weather observers who had also served as the airport's air traffic controllers. Unable to find replacement funding, the South Lake Tahoe City Council voted
10-4, good buddy.
to close the airport's air traffic control tower on October 1st, 2004. Despite the tower's closure, the airport continues to serve general aviation traffic, using self-announcing procedures for uncontrolled airports.
Good buddy.
I keep telling bird jokes. We'll all go to prison. Then we'll see jailbirds. Jesus. Aaron, thank you very much indeed for all them subs, dude. Absolute insane support. Beginning in 2006, the airport's former commercial airline terminal building was renovated and converted into a new city hall and administrative service office for the city. Relocating to airport land allowed the city to counter rising lease costs at the old location at the El Tahoe neighbourhood. Renovations were completed and the new city hall opened in 2007. FBO services include ground and fuel support provided by Mountain West Aviation. Attached to the former airline terminal building, the flight deck sports bar and grill provides a public restaurant overlooking the airport's runway. And of course, you know, they made it even more famous, if you like, down in Top Gun Maverick. Do you know? That's where the crowbar comes in. Oh my. That's brilliant, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant. In 2022, Lake Tahoe became the first US hub for the virtual airline FireFly Air. It did, it absolutely did. Now we're kind of going kind of fast here, aren't we? We're nearly there, lads, which is great. Great fun altogether. So yeah, it's a busy week. We're doing some airline flyage on Friday, by the way. I'm going to take the CRJ for a spin. Looking forward to that one. I haven't done the airliner stuff in a while. Not that I'm very good at it. In fact, I'm terrible. But yeah. Not been here before. Nice to have a gander. Oh, it's so nice. Aaron says, any news in the PC-12? Close. Very, very close. You're out of breath there, Murph. You're a puffin. Poofing. Over his head. Can't you make it go any quicker? Totally fine. Viper, I have read them. Very good, dude. Very good. Gander. Wait, Gander? Close. Yeah. Very close. That's all I can say. Speaking of very close, there's Lake Tahoe right in front of us. Jesus, we're here, lads. Now, we're going to kind of mess around the mountainous areas, Regionus Maximus, because it's absolutely fantastic down here, right? It's gorgeous. It's stunning, lads. Absolutely stunning. So let's see what we're going to do. We're going to descend. Some fast, low-level flying. You better believe it, man. That's how we do things down here. It's pretty well qualified. First favourite airport is at Goose Bay. Wait, what? Again with the birds. What's with all the birds? Jesus. Right, so we're going to dive. Prime TMP, thank you very much, dude. Cheers. Look at this scenery. Like, as I said, they used this location for some of the filming of Top Gun Maverick itself. There's the airport. Don't mind that for the moment. We're going around the mountains here, lads. Just for a bit of an old ramble, just to see what it is we could see. Are we ready? I'm sure we're ready. Surely to be Jesus then, we're ready. Hold on to your hats, boys. Would you look at the state of this? Aaron, thank you so much indeed. We'll catch you soon, my dude. Can we make it look even more epic? Yes, we can. Lads, the state of this. Hang on, can we make it look very fancy? That looks kind of better. Yes, let's keep it this. Okay, this is a lot of fun, but extremely dangerous. So let's jump back in here for the minute so we can actually see kind of what's happening, right? So 500 knots here, lads. This is ridiculous. Jesus, the reflections are terrible. And it's getting very dark and I can't see much. Jesus, look at this. The weather is friggin' nuts. Yep. How maneuverable is the F-117? It shouldn't be this maneuverable, but sure, listen, we'll keep it, you know. Still with the bird jokes. Still. How do you manage it? Imagine seeing one of these things booting it around like this, like, do you know what I mean? 0.8 of Mach, this is nuts speed. Kind of go this way and then we need to go that way. Isn't this scenery absolutely gorgeous? Like, this is all around the regions of Lake Tahoe. What a bunch of comedy hens. Jesus. Really? So the question here is, lads, how fast can you actually do the canyon? Because we're going to turn left here and we're going to go this way. You used to drive a Tahoe? Nice. Larry Bird can play a good game. There's another canyon down the road here, lads. Follow me! Look at this. There's nice visual effects on the aircraft as well. It's pretty. Right, let's boot on up this way. Out a bit. Man, the speed here, we're absolutely booting it. Look at this. So there's another canyon I'm going for. Let's go up this way. Uh-oh. What's going on here? Is it the speed? Yeah, it's the speed. Once you get the speed in this thing up to around 560, it doesn't want to move. That's friggin' nuts. Time to stop. We've reached the peak of the bird jokes now. Ah, jeez. Jamie Conn, this is the F-117 by Aerial Sim. So what I'm doing, I'm heading down. Well, we're heading kind of south here at the minute, but for good reason. We're going to turn back into the left. We probably can stop now. Our anchor is upside down, look. Brilliant. Right, so where do we go from here? Oh, yeah. Ah, yeah, lads. Yes, yes, yes. So there should be a lake over here on the right. Let's go over this way a bit. Get our bearings, lads. Get our bearings. Rad Baron, yeah, it doesn't usually fly in daytime. You're right. Flying through the canyon at night time?
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Jesus, you just turned off my lights. What's live time? Oh, live time is nice. What about live weather? What's the weather actually doing here, lads? Live time and live weather. What could possibly go wrong? Let's see what happens here. It's very pretty. Okay, so there's the lake I'm after.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
James 747, James, 7 months, dude. Thank you very, very much indeed. Cheers, man. Planet Neutral is here. Good to see you. Welcome aboard. Right, watch the speed now for a sec. Because we're going to be heading in to a spot. You just bought the Spirit? Nice, Jamie, nice. Why are you tweeting me so badly? Oh, beat the Jays. Hummingbird is on fire tonight with the bird puns, lads. If there's anything to take away from the stream tonight, it's, well, two things. One, the Irish invented the F-117 and stealth. You just started another hype train. B. Carlo's here. Good to see you. Planet Neutral, thank you for the bits. Thank you very much indeed. It's evil. Welcome to my secret underground lair. We're flying in the Nighthawk during the day. Why is this going to get fierce interesting now, lads? Oh, Jesus, brilliant. We need to turn left like a muppet. Quick! Yup! Oh, Jesus, that's upside down. I nearly binned it. Shh, quiet now. Yes, that's our entry point. Doesn't like turning this thing. Well, oh, Jesus, Murph, don't hit the mountain. Ah! Right, here we go. Oh, Jesus. Right, here we go. Oh, right. Don't cross streams. We just follow the streams. Cross the streams. $1 million. Right, that's the idea. We need to go left a bit. There's a teeny tiny bridge. There's no way we're going to get under that teeny tiny bridge. Oh no, QC Frank is dead. The flat spin. He's goosed it. Bird, pun, goose. Come on. I thought we were all going up the stream like salmons. Jesus, the noise of some of these jets. Right, lads. We're going to head in this neck of the woods to see what we can see. That's him, newbie. You're very welcome aboard. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Very nearly binned it, lads. Very nearly binned it. Oh, Jesus, we're in all sorts of trouble. All right, shh. We're fine. We're still alive. I think the bird puns need to migrate for Jesus. Yeah, baby. chat. 35 months, Naughty Gnome. Thank you very, very much indeed, my guy. That's insane support. Great to see you, man. Right, there's time for... Oh, Jesus, don't hit the thing. There's time for one more of these, and we'll see what happens. This place, what a playground. What an absolute playground. It's fantastic stuff. Squall, you're very welcome in. Many thanks for the follow, dude. Jesus, where are we going now? We're going up this way. Follow Paparazzi. He's a man on a mission. He has a plan. Isn't this some playground to go messing in jets? Crazy. And this is not the type of jet you do this in, by the way. Like, you know what I mean? But we can, so we will. Oh, Jesus, look, a lovely lake down now, lads. Those are lovely little... Oh, Jesus, mind the ground. Steady. Oh, you devil. Lads, look at the scenery. Look at this. Beautiful. Right, so be honest now, lads. How many murder, death, kills were there? Be honest now. At least 6 people hit a mountain. At least 6. Nearly 7. Man, I like... Look at this. View from inside isn't wonderful. It's the, it's stealth. I mean, you're sitting here, but, I mean, you're not really sitting here. You know what I mean? That's not too bad. It's not too bad. Dragon crashed. Canyon run at night. With the... Right. Okay. Right. Oh, Jesus. Now, lads, if there's a crash or something, right? Oh, Jesus, I'm already after binning it. Ah, no! Oh, Jesus, no! Nothing to see here. Nothing. No, we're fine, lads. We're fine. Yeah. Nothing happened there at all. Don't talk to Murph like that. Shut up, you, will you?
Look at this big Egypt.
Jesus. If there's a crash... Oh no, there's no crash. What are you talking about? We're flying by Fleur. Flirty. Not that Fleur. Don't hit the ground, you muppet. Right. Go on, you devil. Yeah. It'll buff right out. But Charlie redeemed a sippage. Sippage? Right, we're flying right towards the mountain. This is never going to be good. Jesus. Oh, we're pulling some serious G's. We're still... How? We're still alive, lads. What's it like outside? It's positively nighttime. Oh, look, it'll show the airport. Ah, deadly. We're nearly supersonic, requesting a flyby. Get out of the garden. Oh, don't pause. Get out of the garden. Huh? Get out of the garden. Look at this. Oh, Jesus. Mind the little hill up. I can't see a friggin' thing out here, but... Jesus. Hang on, don't mind me. We're doing a low pass. At speed. Don't hit the ground, don't hit the ground, don't hit the ground. Oh, that's pretty low now, lads. Oh, Jesus, it went terribly wrong. Pull up. How are we not dead? What in the... We're not dead. We're actually not dead. What do we do at a time like this? Pull up. Yup, you devil, you. I wonder how often they went low in these planes. Yeah, sure, this is all part of the let's test the airplane flight. Okay, yes, this is looking exactly what I wanted to do. No way to slow us down.
It's been 84 years.
Longest approach ever. Have I landed this yet? Kinda. I did a... Oh, Jesus. Don't do this, whatever you do. Don't try this at home. God almighty. Low pass. Fight. Jesus, did you see your man? Did you just see your man? Careful now. That does look rather nice, though. Tom Cruise is over there with the other fella. Oh, Jesus, a mountain. Easy. This won't be pheasant. Ah, Jesus. Naughty gnome, welcome into the bird pun stream. Right? Do I think the FS Lab stuff are coming to the same? They will in time, yeah. Not before 2024, though. Okay, Murphy. Make it count. Landing time. Get around here and... Oh, Jesus, look at the turning on this. Oh, yes. Landing gear out. Out you divils. We're inbound. Oh, Jesus, we're inbound. Can he land it or appears a big hole in the ground? I seen foul play. Ah, lads, these are just... That's ridiculous. What's the pecking order? Don't cluck it up. Ah, Jesus. Oh, Jesus, hang on. Disappear this now. I need my full concentration. This is going to go awfully wrong. Oh, Jesus. Pull up. Pull up. Wait now. Oh, Jesus. Right, steady now. Easy, Murph. Yes. A gentle landing in the F-117. Sweet llama suffering. Jesus, not like that. Abort. Abort. So in this lesson, friends, we showed you exactly what not to do inside the aircraft, trying to land it so, you know, very roughly. As you could see from the footage we just showed, which is, of course, tutorial for your learning benefit. You don't land like that at all. No, no. That would break the plane. So in our next attempt, I will show you the correct... No, English Murph. I'll show you the correct way of landing the machine. As we have various information here at our disposal, we can see exactly where it is we're supposed to be going. Now that I've shown all of this, you too can land properly in the F-117. There's nothing to see here, lads. All that'll be edited out. You won't need to worry. Where am I going? Oh, yeah. Right. Here we go. Yes, yes, yes. So our approach here, friends, before we stall and fall out of the sky, is going to be ease our way into this. Yes, yes. Gear down. And let's see what happens. The approach is starting to look better. If I can just find where it is, I have to... Oh, there it is. There, look. Yes. Hello, residents of Lake Tahoe. 'Tis I, Murph. Right, lads, it's properly time to land here now. We're going to execute a very soft, beautiful landing. That's what we're going to do. Doesn't matter how many times we attempt it. It'll be fine. Yeah, we're all watching. No pressure. Not at all. I've heard that before. It's grand. Kind of a cool plane. You just can't plant a thing on the runway. Right? Easy now. Easy. Yes. So our gear is down. This thing doesn't want to fly under 200 knots. It'll just drop you out of the sky. That's what happened. So we need to watch the speed and then gently float it in. Yes. Yes, that is how it's going to work. We need to be gentle now, friends. We need to be so superly gentle and not make a mess of this whatsoever. Like what you're doing, Murphy, you big idiot. Put on your control...
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Put on your control cam to see the landing the way it should be. Oh, that camera doesn't work anymore. Ah, Jesus, I made a mess of it. Shh, lads. Shh, shh, shh. Why isn't that camera working? I've a camera not working. Don't worry about it. I'll fix it. Lesson 2 of how not to land it. No, that's just not going to work at all. Right. This technology is highly classified. It is. Right. Here we go, lads. Look at her stalling already. Right. Proper landing now. Oh, yes. This is going to be a beautiful landing. Like one of the best landings you've ever seen. Right? Wait till you see this now, lads. Oh, Jesus, this is going to be beautiful. Absolutely stunning, mind you. In fact, it's going to be... Oh, Jesus. Easy. 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 Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, you made a balls of it. Don't worry, lads. I was just inspecting the runway to make sure it's safe to land. Jesus, I didn't have my... Oh, never mind. My gear wasn't down there. That's what happened. Take 4. Imagine now, yeah. You know. Steady as she goes. Yeah. Murph just wants the rest of us to go grey watching this. No. And on a more important freaking thing, why isn't this camera working? Elgato, it's Murph. You're having a friggin' moment, man. Hang on. Your device is in use with... But it's not in use. Why do I suddenly not have cameras working? You missed the airfield. I didn't miss the airfield. Oh, ye of little faith. Where's the airfield? It's over here, look. I'm trying to... Oh, Jesus. I'm trying to fix the camera here that doesn't seem to be working. Live technical support. The reflections in this, in the cockpit are terrible. And I don't mean my reflections, lads. No. Wait, where is it? Ah, balls, we're right here. Gear down. Oh, I need to do some all sorts of fancy flying here to get this thing in. Do a slip. Oh, Jesus, the rudder doesn't do anything. Ah, Jesus. Van Murph, what are you talking about? This is going to be better, lads, I promise. Yes. We're looking good. The approach is nice. Easy now, Finton. Ooh, what's it doing? Why did it go? Stupid thing went sideways. How did that happen? It just went sideways. Did you see it? The thing has a mind of its... Did I turn off the... Yeah, the autopilot is off. Look at this big idiot. name of Jesus happened? And why is me camera not working? Stupid thing. The whole thing is shagged. So how have you been? I'm going to edit this anyway, so it'll be one take. You know what I mean? I'll do it here now, look. Yes, it says the professional landing, right? Save your camera for another day. Yeah, but it shouldn't be turned off. This plane won't let you handle it below 200 knots.
That's right, friends. Look at this car right here.
Below 200 knots. God almighty. Right, easy now, Jemima. Yes. Yes. No. Wait. Yes. Nearly, sort of. Here we go now, friends. Can you have viewers? Wait, what?
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
That doesn't help, Tarnish. That just doesn't help. Oh, here we go now. Don't Harrison Ford it. Keep it on the runway. Yes. Yes. Now we gear down. Yes, we're looking at the state of this, lads. Ah, sure, Jesus. This is going to be absolutely fantastic now, look. Ah, yeah. Yeah. Easy now, Murph. Easy. Easy. Yes, yes. Get down. Why won't you get down? That's beautiful. But we're out of feckin' runway. Ah, Jesus. Right. That was beautiful. I just ran out of runway. Okay, well, they're turned off. Wait, hang on. Was that you? Are they on or off? Pull the chute and hit the brakes. Take 6. No. Take 1. Can we... Oh, Jesus. Can we land the air... She doesn't want to fly, look. Can we land... I'm at her goosing it. Can we land the airplane on a runway? You know. Press the big red button. Get the landing gear down, you big idiot. Right, here we go, lads. Yes. No, yes. Where's the runway? Where is the runway?
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Redma! Cut it out! Right, here we go. Easy now. Yes. Yes, there's the runway. Gently does it, Murphy. Yes. Okay, friends. No more messing now. We're doing it this time. Right, hold the nose. That's better. That's much better. That's kind of fast.
We have a problem.
Jesus, we're at our... Oh, Jesus!
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Right, we're down. We're taking that. I don't care. Hey, we got 757. Nice. Nailed it! First time, lads! Did you just see that? We got the thing down. Hang on. Shh. Right, get rid of that. First time! Landed it perfectly. Absolutely brilliant. So, friends, that's exactly how you land the F-117 with such precise accuracy. First time. Beautiful kiss the runway landing. In fact, we even wondered, did we land at all? We have our parachute deployed. We'll now bring that in and taxi off the runway. For more, tune in next week.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Don't interrupt me. This is very important. For more, tune in next week as we shall fly the Blériot on an aircraft carrier. I should have warned me. I'm after missing me exit. Balls. Nothing to see here now. Nothing to see here. Moving things. That's right. Where's me sip? Do I get a refund? I'll give you a sip right now. Do it again. I missed it. gone from bad to worse. Tis gone, but tis a tough, tis a bad one now, lads. Oh, tis Jesus. Am I flying again? Not tonight. I need to go and lie down now, you know, and like get back some sort of confidence. Look at the state of this. Lake Tahoe has turned into some sort of secret government agency place. Couple of B2s. What you call 2 B2s? Double B? No, that's stupid, Murphy. And look, your mama is in a mad-looking deceptive airplane. He needs to hide from the plane mechanics. Well done, Murph. Just came back from stream in time of your beautiful landing. Come on, Jefferson. You're back in the middle. Jefferson, do you know, I landed that first time. 80 feet per minute landing. I mean, I even impressed myself. Do you know? Hey, Dan is here. Any news on the Vulcan? No release date, no. There were 64. Now there's 45. 2 B2Bs, a big bird. Huh? Expensive, that's what I call it. Yeah. 2B or not 2B? He's not wrong. All the attempts, that was his first landing. Ha! Old veterans onto me. You call it 6 trillion bucks. It's fine, lads. Right. There's nothing to worry about here at all. We did a beautiful landing. Jesus, look at the control tower. Did you ever notice that about this place? That the control tower, it's like this is where they send the advanced ATC course. You know what I mean? Aww. But it's modelled, but you can't get into it. Aww. I just want to be in the thing. I want to be inside it. Wait, what? No. Jesus, Murph. Look, they modelled it and everything. There's trees, though. Test pilot, greetings from Houston. Hope you're enjoying it, man. How are things? I didn't know I had a tower for the trees as long as I've had this airport. Yeah, there's a tower hidden away in the trees. It's the tree control tower. Well, lads, apart from the... I love it when you talk, Birdie. That wins a prize. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. So, all, who's going to Flight Sim Expo in Vegas next year? Be the Jesus. Vegas. Could you imagine us in Vegas? My evening's only just beginning. Nice one. Oh yeah, you're 6 hours behind. Whatever you do, test pilot, if you're going to re-watch the stream, just look at the last 6 minutes of it. Perfect landing, first time, brilliant, you know. And the important things about tonight's stream is Hummingbird is the queen of the bird puns, and the Irish invented the F-117. And, you know, stealth. And stealth. Most importantly, stealth. But yes. Colonel Fork is here. It's good to see you, Colonel Fork. How are you? Vegas, baby. Margaritaville. If that's the 3 tower, where's the 1 and 2 tower? Very good. That's a big 10-4. He wants to be in... Jesus, Gibbo. No! You're stock raving mad, Murph. Colonel Fork, give us a bird pun quick. At work, so you know. Indeed. And the cool chrome paint. No wonders McGee says. No. You have to delete that one. Stealth greatly demonstrated by Murph this evening. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Do you know? We have now seated you at the bottom of the cage. We need a bird pun. What does a Murphy crow sound like? Balls. Murph loves a dirty bird. Tonight's stream has been thrilling. Yes. Huh? Who's in chat? That clip needs to go. That can get all sorts of people in trouble. But anyway, what's the word? Oh, surfing. Everybody's heard the bird is the word. Bird. Now, do it over at night. Oh, it did! And I didn't crash. Anyway, friends, that was the F-117. I hope you learned something about it, right? It was fun. The devil to land. I kind of like that of an airplane. It tries to kill you. Very good characteristics, do you know? But a lot of fun with Hummingbird, with the ridiculous bird puns, and then you lot. I don't know how you bear with it, but you do. You just managed to wing it. Right? I can have fun with this now. Everybody watch that clip so it gains popularity. No! Shut up! No! Don't do that! It only tries to kill you when you don't treat her nice. Indeed. I did learn something about it, says Keen. Don't give it to Murph. Right. So, Wednesday, 8 o'clock, 2000 Zulu time, we shall return with the news and things of other, that nature. The Azure Poly C160 gets an update. We're going to be checking that one out live on the stream. We're also going to venture over to the new scenery by Clifford down in the Philippines, which should be interesting. And sure, we'll see what else we can kind of show off as well. Then on Friday night, we fly in Australia with the CRJ 550, flying for Qantas with a couple of regional flights. It should be fun. Should be fun. So, lads, thank you also very much indeed for watching. If you're over on YouTube, thank you very, very much indeed for all the likes and the subscribes. We should say